Good morning and welcome to Breakfast with Ben Thompson and Luxmy Gopal.
Good morning. Our headlines at 6 o'clock.
They're saying it themselves. Is it a rumour? Because
that's a good question,
they're saying,
yeah,
oh, we're going to, we're going to have a reunion.
Favourite Oasis song?
Oh, probably Don't Look Back in Anger, classic.
Yeah. Wonderwall.
Oh, Wonderwall, yeah, that was their first one.
Stand By Me is going to be my favourite.
Stand By Me is a great one. I also quite like Little by Little.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, do you remember that one?
Yeah, I do.
Oh.
So many.
I know. They're such a great... It's just put us in the mood for 90s nostalgia, hasn't it?
I really hope it happens, actually. We'll be tuning in at 8 o'clock tomorrow. Actually, I'll be here, but we'll find out.
You'll be here to break the news to us, to confirm those rumours. But now it's time to find out about the weather forecast and speak to Carol. Carol, what's your favourite Oasis song? So, excellent taste in Oasis songs and excellent forecast. Thank you.
Thanks, Luxmy.
Just approaching 23 minutes past 6. Let's have a look at the front of today's newspapers and the Telegraph lead. Later sports for you very shortly. But before that, let's get the news, the travel and the weather where you are. See you shortly. £400 million. So
well, I mean, I think that's reason enough to reunite with your, estranged brother.
I mean, family differences aside.
Yeah.
400 million.
Oh, yeah. I'd put differences aside with anyone I ever met if performing together meant an extra 400 million. I mean, we have to say it is a tease. We don't know. We'll find out tomorrow. But now
8 o'clock. And it's definitely maybe going to be sunny, says Carol. That's right, isn't it, Carol? Morning.
It is.
Thanks, Carol. We're going to roll with it, with whatever weather you've given us. Thank you.
Well done.
This is given the gift that keeps on giving all day.
All that needs to end, yeah.
Oh, yeah, probably
Sorry.
needs to end. The time now just approaching 23 minutes past 7.
Now, we're going to talk about literacy, because not being able to read or write until the age of 13 meant learning was a challenge for Abby Freeman. But fast forward to now, and she's inspiring a new generation, graduating from university and producing a documentary.
Yeah, Abby's film is called What If I Can't Read? And it's on the BBC iPlayer from tonight. It explores her dyslexia diagnosis and trying to help others in Scotland who are struggling with illiteracy. Here's a clip from a visit to her former school. Discuss what the issues and the challenges are, and getting specific help is really important. What impact did that have on you then later in life? Because you're an author now.
Yeah.
You struggled with reading at secondary school. You're now an author. What changed?
Graduating university and making this documentary. Did you ever imagine this would happen? You must be very proud about the progress there. So thank you for joining us. And Brian, thank you so much for coming into the studio to speak to us.
Thank you.
Just approaching 7:30. We'll be back with all the sport for you very shortly. But let's have a look at the news, the travel and the weather where you are. See you soon.
Doesn't it? Was there anything unexpected that you learnt from filming this series?
Oh, but actually they're really clever, aren't they? Because it will know if you're going to a place that you shouldn't be, or you're away too long, or you've been in in another area that is part of your exclusion zone. It's not just about keeping you at home. No. For being with us. If you want to watch that programme, it's the latest episode, Britain's Most Tagged, tonight, 9:45 on BBC Three. But you can watch all the episodes right now on the iPlayer.
Time is now coming up to 7:42. Time to join Chetan to find out the latest sports news. Chetan.
It's coming.
Tan, thank you. We'll speak to you a little bit later this morning.
Now, if you're enjoying a bank holiday off, you'll need to know what the weather is like. Not everyone is off, and it's not a holiday everywhere, is it, Carol? But good morning.
Morning, Carol.
Good morning, that's right.
That coverage. But now it's time to get the news, travel and weather where you are.
Bye. 9:30, BBC One for us. Let's get the news, the travel and the weather where you are. See you shortly.
Given what you've said about what really needs to be done to address the root of the problem, do you think that is achievable, that aim?
Legislation had been in place 14 years ago. Would it have made a difference for you and your family?
As I rightly said, I think knives of the...
Yvonne, thank you for talking to us about this. It's really important work, isn't it? Yvonne Lawson, thank you.
Thank you so much, Yvonne.
Thank you for having
Godwin
me.
Lawson Foundation.
Thank you.
Time is just past 8:42. Now, when 8-year-old Freddie went to school one morning, full of his usual energy, there was no sign that within a few hours...
Implications of what was going on in Nottingham at the time. and indeed the country during the miners' strike in the 80s. And my father was a trade unionist, and I got very involved with between fathers and sons. And I said to my dad, "What's this?" And he said, "It's beginning, you know, the whole thing." And my dad was always very suspicious of certain, for my local foundry, Stanton and Iron Works. So I was a sewage worker. And, you know, ballet pumps and make certain items of makeup and a makeup box, which was met by a deafening silence. And my foreman, Big Mitch, I'll never forget, said, "Well, if all else fails, you can be a beautician." And so you can imagine...
That of learning a bit of French. That's when you, when you learn to talk posh, isn't it, as well? I mean, because of that, being at RADA...
Well, it happened before then, funny enough. When I was at...
Change, though, do you feel now it's a slightly better environment for actors? So, say if you were doing that today, you wouldn't have felt the need to do that?
No. Well, I mean, it hadn't then. You've got actors in my period like Albert Finney and Tom Courtenay and Peter O'Toole and Richard Harris who stayed true to themselves, you know. But I think the decision...
James Graham about that.
Yeah, I tried to slip in my own accent now and again, but yeah, they came down hard on me. Who I really admired, Alan Bleasdale, who I worked with on GBH, and indeed James Graham. They're brilliant writers because they write from the truth, from who they are and where they were born, and they stay very true to themselves. And that's what makes the writing so powerful.